If you would, please rise. I'm going to call on Commissioner Marshall for the invocation and the pledge.
Who would bow your head? Dear Lord, we'd like to thank you for the day that you blessed us with, a day that we've never seen. We'd like to thank you for those who came out to participate in their local government. We'd like to thank you and say a special prayer for those who wanted to come but could not make it. Dear Lord, we ask that in this Christmas season that you continue to shine on us, our communities, our families. We ask that you have mercy on those without, and those who are homeless, those who desire to be with families but cannot. And dear Lord, lastly, I ask a special prayer for those serving our country, abroad and locally, that you would make them feel Christmas. Pray that you actually come down and make the impossible possible for them. All these blessings I ask in your Son. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, before we get into our agenda items, I believe we've got a couple of presentations and some comments that wants to be made. Ms. Dukes?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Commissioners. Mr. Chairman, if we could start this morning, or this afternoon, start the meeting with, we have members of Ashbrit. Commissioners, you all remember Ashbrit handled our hauling for our debris removal after Hurricane Idalia, and then we also have members of the Boys and Girls Club. They'd like to make a presentation, but before we do that, if you all would like to give us an update on where things are right now, and before you do that, on behalf of staff and I, thank you all so much. You all cleaned up our community incredibly fast. Some of us have been working events with Robin and Public Works and Ashley for more than 20 years in this community, and I don't think that we've ever had a partner come in and just be the asset that you all have been, and so we are very grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, my name is Matt Gearden with Ashbrit. I'm one of the senior vice presidents. I've been with Ashbrit for 20 years. First, I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity to serve the community. I've known Ashley for 5, 6, 7 years now. And we've had the standby contract in place. It's never been used, but we're grateful for the opportunity to be here and serve as we did. Not just Ashley, but also Public Works staff. Your staff and team have all been very organized, great partners to work together, and I think that was part of the teamwork that helped get this project done as quick as it did. Just a quick update, if you know, we've hauled over 677,000 cubic yards in the county alone. We're in the process of wrapping up the last of the grinding at the Public Works facility, and we hope to have about 95% of that done by the holidays, and then we'll wrap up the little bit left after the new year. But once again, I appreciate this county's very large. There's lots of road miles, so it was definitely it was good to work with your folks.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sarah Perkins. I am also with Ashbrit. I am here representing our corporate foundation. So as Matt said, as we wrap up the debris work at the end of the project, we like to give back to the community. So we see a lot of communities that have been impacted by disaster, and we want to make sure that the communities we work in know that we are there for them year-round, all the time, especially in the wake of a disaster. So I'm really excited that in January, we're going to be launching a national partnership with Boys and Girls Club. And in anticipation of that, I reached out to my contact and I said, we are working in Lowndes County post-Idalia. Were any of the clubs there affected? And unfortunately, one of them was. And so we were connected with Kristen and Brian, and I reached out to them, found out that the gymnasium, unfortunately, was destroyed, and we were happy to help out. So I am here announcing to you all and the rest of the community that our partnership with Boys and Girls Club.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Again, I'm Kristen Hanna with the Boys and Girls Club of Valdosta. I've been there about 10 years now, and unfortunately, after Idalia, we ended up with about an inch of standing water in our gymnasium. We serve almost 1,000 children every day, and as you can imagine, a gymnasium is a pretty popular place for our children to be. And we were stuck with a surprise end of year of $83,000 to fix that situation. We have a wonderful insurance company, but they're not here to be a full replacement of that. And the Ashbrit Foundation has graciously come in and allowed us to replace our floor over the Christmas break when the kids have a break from it as well, to the tune of over $50,000. So I just would like to really thank them for prioritizing our community, for prioritizing our children, those that we serve at the Boys and Girls Club. You know, we represent 1,000 children, but that's also over 1,000 families in our community as well. So just so thankful for their support. Thank you guys for choosing a good partner and a good contracted vendor, and one that's going to turn around and give back. Thank you, Ashbrook.
Thank y'all.
And, you know, I'm in marketing, so we're gonna get a quick picture if that was okay.
Sure.
If you guys will stand, we'll come in front. Y'all can stay where you are, and we're gonna line up here, if that works for you.
I don't think that's gonna work depth of field wise. They're used to coming down.
We'll come
Oh,
down.
good, okay. I appreciate that, Paige. I was trying to honor your time, but that's much better. Yeah, no, come on to the front then. We'd love to have you. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all really showed out. We didn't get our representation. Well, we're gonna. You want to be in the middle, and we'll be on the side. And then you'll be back here. We'll have the chairman. Mom. That's right. That's right.
So the big question in the community is where did all that debris go?
Landfill and mulch facility out there in Homerville.
Awesome, good.
Wow.
Good. Had a good use then, ended up, good, that's good.
Okay, you guys will line up here, sort of like us. Where's Paige? There she is. So we'll have Megan and Natalie. You tell us
somebody on this
who you
side.
can see. We can switch if we need to.
That good?
One, two, three. One, two, three. And we get mine this way. One, two. Perfect. Perfect.
Good.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it again.
Thank y'all.
What a blessing.
Fabulous job.
As they say, you hope to never have to see us.
We hope we never see you again.
That's right.
We're here if you get us, okay?
We know you there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're having a big opening in January. Everyone will be invited.
When the gym floor's open, we'll have a free throw competition.
Good.
Oh, no, that's a real thing. He's not joking.
Absolutely.
Ms. Dukes, why don't you go ahead and introduce our next guest, and we'll be right here.
I can do that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know we have quite a few guests here tonight. I spent Saturday with most or all of them, and I present to you not just the finest fire department in the state of Georgia, but the entire Southeast. They see a need and see something, do something. These men and women and their families continue to fill gaps across our community that extend far beyond their responsibility of service. It's no secret how proud I am of them. I know that extends to you all as well. But 2 years ago, there was a tremendous need with Toys for Tots. And I'd like to invite Lieutenant Herndon to come up and talk to you all for a minute about how we got where we are. And you see that the trophy here, not only has there been a tremendous impact made on those in need, but one of our fire department teams brought home the championship for the second year in the row. And I invite you all to come out next year to see us do it for the third time. Lieutenant Herndon.
I appreciate y'all allowing me to come and speak. As you guys can tell, I'm pretty nervous.
You got this, Joey.
But I really do appreciate the commission as well as the chairman for being here and being supportive of us. So I prepared a little something to talk about here. Good evening. It's my pleasure to stand in front of you this evening to explain the Heroes for Tots charity softball tournament. This tournament was hosted by the Dirty South Fools. It's a professional organization of firefighters who come together on their own time to conduct training and community development projects. I'm proud to announce that as both a member of Lowndes County Fire Rescue and the president of the Dirty South Fools, the recent Heroes for Tots tournament was composed of 12 teams as follows. Lowndes County Fire Rescue and Lowndes County Sheriff's Office had 2 teams each. We also had the Valdosta Police Department, Valdosta Fire Department, South Georgia Medical Center Emergency Room, South Georgia Medical Center EMS, Colquitt County Sheriff's Office, Moody Air Force Base, Georgia State Patrol, and even Stockbridge Police Department from the Atlanta area. This tournament was put into place to assist the local Toys for Tots organization, which serves Lowndes, Clinch, and Eccles County. This tournament was a hard-fought battle in which Lowndes County Fire Rescue's A-team once again emerged victorious and have yet another year of bragging rights. With that being said, I'm now going to tell you about the real winners of the tournament. It's going to be the children. It was only because of the support of our community that we were able to raise and donate 201 toys with an average value of $4,516.88. This, coupled with the $1,086 in cash donated, resulted in a combined value of $5,602.88. I want it to be known that hosting this tournament was not a one-person task. I could not have done it without the help of my wife, Chief Young and his wife, the SGMC Trauma Commission, our local public safety agencies, and the community sponsors of Dirty Dozen Coffee Company and Titletown Insurance, as well as the VLPRA and its staff. I'm thankful that I have been afforded the opportunity to be a part of such a positive event and look forward to being a part of this event for many years to come.
Lieutenant Herndon, before we get a picture, could you explain to the commission what the Fools organization is about?
Absolutely. So the Fools is all about giving back. It's all about gentlemen who.
So it's called the Food?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it
I was
is.
wondering, did you say Deep South
Tell him what
Fools?
Fools
It's
stands for.
the Dirty South Fools.
Okay, good.
The Fools is the Fraternal Order of Leatherhead Society. The term leatherhead is an old slang term for firefighters. At one point, all fire helmets were made out of leather. And so it's just that traditional historic roots of the fire service. And it's guys that open arms to other guys that are coming into the fire service, men and women. I was fortunate enough to attend a class up around the Cherokee County area where they already had a chapter established. They showed me how important it is to establish an event like this in South Georgia. They helped me get the charter started. I had help from our administrative staff. I've been supported all the way through this, and we're looking forward to bringing training opportunities to South Georgia. My goal is to bring a fire conference to the Valdosta area within the next 5 years, which will help with the economy. It'll bring firefighters in from all over the state of Georgia and North Florida. We really enjoy getting together and training, and none of it's mandated. These are guys that are taking time out of their day to get together and either host training events, compete in some way to be a better fireman, or just make the community better.
Good stuff.
Congratulations. Appreciate your hard work on this.
It's
There always has to be a pusher,
That's right.
and you're the one there that was.
It's enjoyable. It really is. I don't get to get out on the field and play, but I get to watch everybody have a good time,
There
and
you go.
that's what matters, and the donations as well. So
Well, thank you for all that.
thank you guys.
And if the fire department, if you all will stand, the commission will come to you for a photograph because I think it might work better where you are. But Lieutenant Herndon, if you'd like to grab the trophy, and then we'll come down, and Chairman, if you all don't mind going over, we'll get the picture there.
All right, Mark, you ready?
Can't see the camera. The camera can't see you.
All right, ready? All right. Now you can get comfy, good and comfy. All right.
He had a thing, an event at Boggs.
We'll put it in the engine and take it back.
Mike Boggs. In Blackshear that Boggs personally invited him to and wanted him to be there. He talked to you about this,
Well, that kind of emptied out, didn't it?
It did. Something we said.
All right, Commissioners, we'll go ahead now and get started with our agenda items. Inside your packet, you'll find the minutes of the work session of November the 13th, as well as your regular session minutes of November the 14th. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. You want to add them at the end?
But you can, you just might want to, at the beginning of the meeting, amend the agenda. You might want to amend the agenda now to add those in.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Commissioners, we have a need to amend the agenda. Before you, you have two items that was discussed at the work session yesterday. In executive sessions, they involve real estate. If there's no objection, I would like to add these as agenda items, these two actions. Okay? All right. Then we'll move on now to agenda item 6A, and this is our first appointment. This is to the Valdosta Lowndes County Conference Center and Tourism Authority. Ms. Dukes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The terms of Commissioner Joyce Evans and Mr. Michael Smith will expire December the 31st, 2023. Both Commissioner Evans and Michael Smith have expressed a desire to continue to serve.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Dukes? Okay. Hearing none, I'll open the floor up for nominations.
Mr. Chairman, I guess we nominate the said names.
I'm sorry?
The said names.
The said names? Okay. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I'll close the nominations, and Ms. Joyce Evans will be reappointed to the board, as well as Mr. Michael Smith. So congratulations. Everybody good?
Think.
All right, we'll move on then to agenda item 6B, and this is appointments to the Lowndes County Public Facilities Authority. Ms. Dukes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The terms of Scott Purvis and Crawford Powell have expired. Mr. Purvis has expressed a desire to continue to serve, and Crawford Powell is no longer in Lowndes County. He's moved outside the community.
Any questions for Ms. Dukes? Okay, hearing none, I'll open the floor up for nominations.
Is Clay on this committee? Or should I say, authority? Is Clay already on this authority? Commissioner Griner? He's on the Development Authority, not the Public Utilities? Okay.
The public utilities, yeah. He is on this one, too? One of the commissioners is? Yeah, it may, I think he's on this one as well.
I'm sorry.
I think he's on this one already as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and nominate Mr. Scott Purvis. I'll take the low-hanging fruit.
But, Mr. Chairman, can we just appoint him back to his seat, and the second one for Crawford Powell, can we just table that for later?
Sure?
Yeah.
That's what your desire is?
Yes, I'll make
Okay.
a recommendation that we table that.
All right, are there any other nominations for the seat for Mr. Scott Purvis? And I would like to add that these terms are to expire on May 31st of 2026.
Okay.
So if there's no other nominations, then I'll close the nominations, and Mr. Scott Purvis will be reappointed for a term that will expire on 5/31/26. Be reappointed by acclamation.
And will we see this on maybe our next agenda?
Agenda in January.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You have that, Ms. Dukes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll move on now to agenda item 7A, and this is a beer and wine license doing business as Sitco 4460 on Shiloh Road. Ms. Black?
Yes, sir, thank you. This establishment currently holds a license for the sale of beer for consumption off-premise and is just asking to add wine to that.
Any questions for Ms. Black? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the beer and wine license. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7B is a beer and wine license for One Stop Number 4, located at 5112 Clyteville Lake Park Road. Ms. Black?
Yes, sir, this one is the same. They currently hold a license for the sale of beer for consumption off-premise and are requesting to add wine.
Any questions for Ms. Black? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7C is to set the qualifying fees for the 2024 elections. Ms. Dukes?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. State statute requires the governing authority of any county or municipality to fix and publish a qualifying fee for any local government office to be filled in the upcoming primary or election. Before you are the qualifying fees for the county offices, and they are based on the percentage of base salary as required by statute.
Any questions for Ms. Dukes?
Where do these qualifying fees, where do they end up at? Where do these proceeds go to? Do we know? Are
The
they-
Board of Elections.
Board of Elections
State.
uses
Well,
them in their
Board of
general
Election or
budget?
to the party of whom they're running for.
Gotcha. Just curious. Never asked.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we accept the document as presented.
Okay, we have a motion then to set the fees according to the chart.
Yes.
Approve the resolution.
Do we have any second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7D is the 2024 holiday schedule. Mr. Beals.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Commissioners, like I spoke yesterday, we have about 4 annual housekeeping items in front of you tonight. This one, as introduced by the chairman, is our 2024 holiday schedule. We have put it together in accordance with the Lowndes County personnel policy, and we currently observe 10 holidays, which span a total of 12 working days, and it's ready for your consideration.
Any questions for Mr. Beals? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a motion to approve the 2024 holiday schedule? Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7E is the Section 125 Plan Document Renewal for 2024. Mr. Beals.
Yes, thank you. The Section 125 is a process by which enables us to provide premium tax deductions on qualified health premiums, pre-tax deductions. It's in accordance with IRS Regulations Section 125. Some of those particular health premiums include for your medical, dental, critical illness, stuff of that nature. We've been providing this program since 1989. We'd like to continue providing it to our employees.
Any question from Mr. Beals? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move we adopt the plan and authorize the chairman to sign the resolution.
Okay, we have a motion to adopt the plan and authorize the chairman to sign the resolution. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7F is the 2024 ACCG Workers' Compensation Insurance Renewal. Mr. Beals.
Yes, as you all know, we do participate in the group self-insurance workers' compensation insurance program with the ACCG. Should be noted, I didn't get a chance to mention yesterday that The Board of Trustees has approved an overall 8.4% rate decrease for 2024. This year's renewal premium came in at $190,000, but thanks to dividend credits as well as additional safety loss control program reductions, the total cost this year is $171,593, which is less than it was last year.
Wow. Any question for Mr. Beals? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve the workers' comp insurance renewal.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the workers' comp insurance renewal. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7G is the 2024 stop-loss insurance coverage renewal. Mr. Beals.
Yes, as you're aware, we're a self-funded program. We still have Allied as our third-party administrator, and we do use the Blue Cross Blue Shield Network of Georgia. Stop-loss is insurance is a form of excess risk coverage, so we're not harmed by any one single high claim. I stated yesterday that this is basically insurance for your insurance. Epic Brokers each year markets our program, and this year HM Insurance Group came back with the best and lowest rates available for the upcoming year.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Beals? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7H is the 2024 commission meeting calendar. Ms. Dukes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The meeting calendar for 2024 is before you for your consideration. This includes all our meetings, all of our county holidays, as well as any opportunities with ACCG that we usually take advantage of.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Dukes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the 2024 commission meeting calendar. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7I is the adoption of the FY 2024-2025 budget calendar. Ms. Black?
Yes, sir, thank you. You have before you the budget calendar or proposed budget calendar for fiscal year 2025. This will provide goals and milestones for the budget process. The most important dates are the end dates. The budget does have to be approved by June 30th. Everything else is flexible, and the packages have already gone out.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Black? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the continued funding and cash match as requested above.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the FY 2024-2025 budget calendar. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
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 Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7J is the Lowndes County Juvenile Accountability Court FY 24 Enhancement and Innovation Award. You heard during the work session the presentation on this. If there's any questions, I'll turn that to Ms. Dukes. Otherwise, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7K is the UPS replacement at the Naylor and Hayhire Public Safety Radio System tower sites. Ms. Tanya, good morning, afternoon, evening,
Good evening.
all the above.
Yes, all the above. This request is to replace the current uninterruptible power supply units located at the Hayhire and Naylor Public Safety Tower sites. Both of those units are over 20 years old now, and they're reaching the end of life and will soon no longer be supported. We did budget for this item, and the money has been allocated in our current operating budget.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Davis? Thank you, Ms. Davis. Commissioners, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7L is the expansion or expanding the Board of Tax Assessors. Ms. Dukes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In 2020, when the assessors were established, that resolution provided for 3 members. That is not been an easy navigation from a communication standpoint for the assessors because 2 of them constitute a quorum. So the resolution before you tonight would add an additional 2 members for a total of 5, so that the 3 members would be required for a quorum.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Dukes? Again, this is just the adoption of the resolution to expand, and we will probably make those appointments in January meeting. Any questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I move we approve the resolution.
We have a motion to approve the resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7M is the loan to the Valdosta the Valdosta Housing Authority. Ms. Dukes.
Thank you. Earlier this year, the commission committed to a loan with the Housing Authority that would expire the end of December. If it had not closed by then, the Housing Authority has requested some additional time to finish that project out. So we are asking for an extension for another 12-month period.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Dukes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Move that we adopt and authorize you to sign the attached resolution.
Okay, we have a motion then to adopt and sign the attached resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign.
I don't oppose, but I abstain.
Ma'am?
Because I don't oppose, but I abstain because I'm.
You're abstaining? Correct.
Board.
Okay. So all in favor again, if you would please, aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion is unanimous with Ms.
Commissioner Evans.
Evans abstaining because of her position with the Housing Authority. All right, we will now move on to the 2 agenda items that are requested that would be added. We're going to call, the first one, of course, would be 7N, and this will be the utility and access easement for Lodge Wind Farms. Mr. Stoughton.
Yes, sir. This easement is located just off of James Road Extension, running parallel to the railroad and Georgia Power easement on both the left and the right of James Road Extension. Staff has negotiated the attached permanent utility and access easement from Lodge Wind Farms LLLP to the county. It relates to the exit 13 and 16 water main extension. In addition to being a utility easement, it allows vehicle access from James Road to an existing county easement to the east of the property and to the west. It also provides the county releases any right to cross the grantor's property for purposes of access to the county's existing utility easement to the east, except in the plotted easement area. The negotiated compensation from the county to the grantor is $5,946. This amount is based on an appraisal obtained by the county. Staff recommends approval.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Stoughton? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 7O is the 4251 Whitewater Road property purchase. Mr. Stoughton.
Yes, sir. 4251 Whitewater Road is a .51 acre parcel owned by Charles Coward adjacent to our county lift station. The parcel has a rather large utility easement across it with a couple of vent pipes and manholes. Mr. Coward reached out to see if the county would be interested in purchasing the lot. Purchase of this lot would be beneficial to the county for future expansion or replacement area for the Whitewater Road lift station. Freddie Bajelia appraised the property for $18,000. Staff recommends purchasing the .51 acre parcel located at 4251 Whitewater Road from Charles Cowart for $18,000.
Any questions for Mr. Stalvey? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Can we have a motion to approve? Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 8A is our first bid item, and this is a bid on 3 roll-up doors for county buildings. Ms. Black?
Yes, sir, thank you. We received bids for roll-up doors that were damaged during the hurricane for utilities, LAS, Twin Lakes Fire Station, and at Public Works in the maintenance shop. This will be, the majority of it reimbursed through FEMA. And we had one vendor who met the specifications, All-Star Garage Door, in the amount of $41,582.
Any questions for Ms. Black? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve All-Star Garage Door for these repairs.
Okay, I have a motion to approve All-Star Garage Doors for the 3 roll-up doors for county buildings. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 8B is a bid for the security service at the Human Resources Building. Ms. Black?
Yes, sir, we solicited proposals for security services at the Human Resource Building, where the Health Department and the Department of Family and Children's Services are located. This is a year-long contract with an option to renew for 4 additional years. The current vendor, API, has held that contract for 5 years, and they were the only bid that we received in the amount of $13.75 an hour, or roughly $63,580 a year.
Any questions for Ms. Black? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve proposal from API and authorize chairman to sign the contract.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 8C is the Moody Air Force Base Emergency Backup Water Connection. Mr. Stalvey.
Yes, sir. Lowndes County, in conjunction with Moody Air Force Base, was awarded a grant for an emergency backup water connection to the base water system. The project will include an extension of the water main along Bemis Road, boring under the railroad track, Moody's perimeter fence, and tying into the 10-inch water main on Georgia Street. This is a total of about 2,000 feet of pipe. Additionally, there will be a small building on the base that will house the meter, the pressure-actuated valve, and the SCADA inputs. Staff advertised the project and received 2 bids. Standard contractor submitted a bid for $886,352.50. RPI submitted a bid for a little over $944,000. Staff recommends approval and authorize the chairman to sign the contract with Standard Contractors for $886,352.50.
Any questions for Mr. Stalvey?
Just one, Steve, that 180 days start from the day that you notify them that they was awarded the bid.
Yes, and we hope that that project will be completed by the end of June next year.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 8D is the new elevated water tower located at 2650 James Road Extension. Mr. Stalvey.
Yes, sir. Due to growth and expansion, a new water tower located at 2650 James Road Extension is needed to supply adequate pressure and capacity to the exit 13 and 16 corridor. After discussions with staff and LEA, a 500,000-gallon pedestal elevated tank was determined to be the best option. Staff advertised the project and 3 bids were received. Phoenix Fabricators and Erectors submitted a bid of $3,551,666. Pittsburgh Tank submitted a bid of a little over 3.8 million. Caldwell Tank submitted a bid of a little over 4.3 million. Staff recommends approval and authorize the chairman to sign the contract with Phoenix Fabricators and Erectors for $3,551,666.
Any questions for Mr. Stoughton? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the bid with Phoenix Fabricators and authorize the document signature.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the vote. All in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any opposed, like sign. Hearing none, the motion carries. Agenda item 9, County Manager's Report. Ms. Dees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to start by thanking Commissioner Marshall for his leadership on the Workers' Compensation Board with the claims experience that we have had this year. For Mr. Beals to present that we had a reduction in those premiums was not just heavy lifting on our end, but on that board's end as well. So thank you, Commissioner Marshall, for your leadership there. Staff will be participating in Lowndes High School's Work-Based Learning Reverse Career Fair tomorrow. The work-based learning programs at Lowndes High School continue to be a major factor in workforce development in our community. There have been recently programs established with the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office to feed into our jail operations program there, and I look forward to learning more about other opportunities for other departments while I'm working with those students tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we have our employee Christmas luncheon at the Civic Center at 11:30. We hope to see you all there for that. You may get some questions regarding the soup kitchen's availability to feed those in need through the holidays. We are working with the soup kitchen. I have a meeting on Friday, and there's other volunteer organizations. Some of the fraternities as well as Rotary have reached out to be a part of that through the Red Cross. So I just want to let you all know that we're staying on top of those conversations, and we'll continue to help facilitate where we can to make sure that those people are taken care of. Second Harvest was also a large part of that initiative last year, and I feel certain if we need to call them again this year that they would be there to help as well. As Ms. Black mentioned earlier, we are already working on our budget. Those budget packets are out. She and her staff are also working, as well as some of the other department heads, on the audit process, and we remain on track to have our audit complete on time. That is to be filed with the state of Georgia by December the 31st. Also, some of you received email traffic related to the ACCG's intern program for this summer. Rachel Thrasher has applied for 2 positions there, one for her purposes, and also she and Felicia have worked on an intern for probation as well. So we'll await the results of that. But I know that some of you have been asked, are we participating in those programs? And we are. We have 2 applications in. Also, in response to the continued conversation related to service delivery and the upcoming legislative session following our conversation this morning, I've reached out to our lobbyist, and I'm waiting on a contractual update to cover conversations at the state level so that we can remain on the forefront of those conversations moving into session as it relates to any updates to not only service delivery strategy, but as well as local option sales tax. So in January, we expect to have a consideration of a contract for a lobbyist at the state level for you all to consider for that as well. And that's the last thing I have on my report. I would just like to say again that 2023 has been an epic year. There's no better team than some of the people that you see before you and their counterparts, and we are excited about 2024 and all that it's going to bring. I have no doubt that it's going to be great. Thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioners, I would just add, I want to thank each one of you for your hard work and your dedication to Lowndes County. It's amazing to watch people that, to some degree, personalities and interest can be tremendously apart, but when it comes time to work and focus on an issue, everyone comes together and works together. Everyone here, these commissioners, I'm proud to be a part of it, but you set all of your own personal interests aside. We set egos aside when there's an issue that has to be addressed. And commissioners, you guys represent what commissioners should be like, what commissioners can get accomplished when they do work as a cohesive group. And I'm just extremely proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to be nearing a point to where we can say we have completed another calendar year, even though it is halfway through our budget year. But we have completed just about, I think, everything that we had on our plate. And again,
With a hurricane.
yeah, in spite of the hurricane. So again, just thank y'all. Thank you for all that you do for Lowndes County and the citizens here, for these employees, these department heads, because it is a team effort. It's all of us working together and pulling the wagon in the same direction. So thank each one of y'all for that. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, safe holidays, a wonderful and safe New Year's, and it's been my pleasure working with y'all this year. So thank you very much.
Likewise.
All right, any citizens wishing to be heard? None. All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to dismiss.